Hey lovelies, and welcome back to the K Corner, where guts get healed, hormones get balanced, and we let that shit go. Welcome back. If you're into wellness, detoxing, hormone health, girly, cool talk, yoga, Pilates, aerial yoga, I don't know, all of that stuff, you're in the right place. I do a bunch of that stuff. And today we're doing some deep dives. And we're going to be going into touching on PCOS. That's going to be a cool, fun one. A little bit of PCOS. We are deep diving into androgen overload, the truth about high testosterone, PCOS, and why your skin and hair are freaking the fuck out. And I can speak from personal experience here as well, because I love talking about this because I also know what it's like. I know what you're going through. I'm at my peak at the moment, so I've had waves. I just had a massive postpartum fallout. A lot of these things are completely aggravated after I did a bunch of healing, fell pregnant. That was a whole new learning lesson. If you're a woman with PCOS and you have had kids, there are some things that I discovered in regards to women with PCOS and falling pregnant that blew my mind, right? I.e., like, it's normal. It is a normal thing for women with PCOS who fall pregnant to pick up more weight during pregnancy. There's a bunch of other things that go into there, and I definitely think, let me quickly write that down, I definitely think that is another video that I should go over, PCOS and pregnancy. And I had a massive postpartum fallout a year later. I did so much really good healing that I managed to survive quite long after a postpartum, and now everything has gone wild. I get to talk from a fresh point of view, right? We're going through things again. So we're going to do a little bit of deep dive into androgens and PCOS, testosterone, all that kind of good stuff. So, excuse me. If you've ever had those wiry chin hairs, I know those who know. I'm giggling because my sister-in-law always giggle about that. I got you if you got whiskers. More whiskers than your boyfriend. Luckily, my husband has a full beard, so I'm good there. Okay. And if you feel like your scalp is thinning out and your skin is breaking out like you're back in high school, yeah, this is going to be for you. We are going to be doing some deep diving and we're going to checking in on that. So it's just probably some androgens that we will go into. I'll teach you about it. So, the focus of today, we're looking at high testosterone and DHEA, especially in PCOS and stress-driven cases. If you are a woman with PCOS or you're a cortisol baby, this one, stay, watch, stop, pause, stay here. Yes. So we're going to talk about what's happening, how it messes with your skin and your hair and your mood and your cycle, and what we can do to calm the chaos. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to give you some practical tools and tips to help you get through that. So first up, let's have a look at what androgens are. We've got these because I will be talking about something else at the end of this video if I do not stick to my notes. So what androgens are, what is I typing? What are androgens? So androgens are basically the male hormones, but women have them too. So we do have androgens in our hormones. It's completely normal. It's not like you have to try and eradicate testosterone out of your body. It's normal to have testosterone. They are just considered the male hormones. So the main players here are testosterone, DHEA, and androstenedione. If I pronounce that correctly. I probably butchered that. I remember when I was studying and I'm going through all my work and you see these big words and you're trying to pronounce them and you're like, that's always me. So why do these hormones matter? They build muscle, they influence sex drive, they regulate energy, and they support ovulation. They play a huge, very important role in the female cycle. Obviously, if we are not ovulating, we're not producing an egg, we cannot fall pregnant. And if we aren't ovulating, it's not triggering other processes in our hormone. Progesterone then doesn't spike. That drops. Yeah, there's a lot that goes on in there. Even if you don't fall pregnant, it still plays a huge role. Ovulation still plays a huge role. Like I've said multiple times, ovulation isn't just for baby making. There's a lot that goes into it. So the issue here is when androgens are too high relative to estrogen and progesterone, they show up as symptoms that scream PCOS. If you want to know a little bit more about estrogen and progesterone, I will make an effort to make sure that I link the video here. I go in deep dive into estrogen dominance and the balance between estrogen and progesterone, and you can learn a little bit over there. These all puzzle together eventually, I hope. I'm trying. So why is PCOS linked to high androgen? PCOS often involves insulin resistance. It's quite a common concept within PCOS. This is where ovaries pump out more testosterone. You following me? The chicken or the egg problem. That's really what it comes down to over here is, do the ovaries create high testosterone or does insulin resistance drive it? Usually it's both. But bear in mind that there are those two components to this situation. PCOS equals it's not just about cysts. And a lot of people believe it's just about cysts. It's not just about cysts. PCOS is like a syndrome. So it's a collective of symptoms and a whole story that's happening in your body. It's a metabolic and hormonal shitstorm. So subtypes of PCOS, there's insulin-resistant PCOS. You can get adrenal-driven PCOS. This is stress-related, so high DHEA or testosterone. And then the post-pill PCOS, so temporary androgen spike after stopping birth control. So those are the most common subtypes of PCOS that you can look into. If you're not sure what type of PCOS you have, if you know you have PCOS, you're not too sure what, go chat to your doctor. You can also book a one-on-one consultation with me. I do nutritional based consultations and I'll be able to assist you with that as well. Detox. Symptoms of androgen overload. What are you going to experience if you've got too many androgens in your system? Looking at the skin first, you are going to possibly see stubborn jawline, cystic acne, and oily skin. So remember, these are symptoms that you could see. You're not going to have all of them. You might only have some, and some of these symptoms could be presented because of other things. This is why I always recommend all my clients, all of you out there, make sure that you've got a journal and you're jotting down all of your symptoms because that is data. And when you've got that data, it's easier to find the root cause of your problem. That's a really handy tool to have, is that data. Have all those symptoms. So what can you notice? Too much androgens when it comes to your hair. Things like thinning at the scalp, especially the crown, and excess facial or body hair. If you're noticing excess mustache, hairs on the chin, hairs on your nipples, I don't know if I can say that word on social media. Hopefully I can. This is educational. Excess hair on the thighs by your bikini line. If it goes down your thighs, that is another sign of excess hair growth. I'm just trying to think if there was any other excess hair growth anywhere else. I don't think so. I think that was all of them. So what can you see in your cycle? So irregular or absent periods and an anovulation. An anovulation is when you do not ovulate, and that is usually a surefire sign that your hormones are quite severely out of balance, so much so that your body isn't ovulating anymore. So just because you are not ovulating doesn't necessarily mean you don't have PCOS or PCOS symptoms, but an ovulation is a common one that you will see, and only extreme cases. Mood and energy, things like aggression, short fuse, fatigue after meals can also be a sure sign or like symptoms of androgen overload. So it's like being hangry and sweaty and moody all at once. So you've got all of that at once. Guys, I kill myself sometimes. I bash these all in advance. I forget what I even write in these notes sometimes. A hormonal frat boy living rent-free in your body. That's basically what it is. A hormonal frat boy living rent-free in your body. Gosh, I could really enjoy my sense of humor sometimes. I hope you found that funny. I found that very funny. I can relate. Somewhat. I need to check on my braid, guys. Hang on. Wait. Look, guys, smell it. Smell. Oh, smells good. Listen, that was close to being overdone. Could have maybe got it out a couple minutes earlier. Anyway, back at it. So we're going to go over the blood sugar, insulin, testosterone triangle, the love triangle that happens inside of your body. Love triangle that's happening in my body right now. So high sugar and carbs, high insulin. High insulin equals stimulates ovaries to produce more testosterone. Androgens lead to disrupting ovulation, which lowers progesterone, worsening hormone imbalance. It's a goddamn nightmare. It's a war zone. Maybe I'm just being overdramatic. But yeah, it's a lot. And one thing aggravates the other thing, which leads to this thing, which then goes, and then before you know it, it's just everyone's having an argument at the table. And poor progesterone's crying in the corner. That's all I can think of. Then, we're not finished yet. High insulin also drives cravings, fatigue, and weight gain. And this becomes a really vicious cycle. This is why when women with PCOS can't just eat less and exercise more, which is such a common thing for people to say. They go, oh, you've got PCOS, you need to eat less and train more. Like, it's the most, I'm not going to go into it. It's about blood sugar balance. That's really the key, not calorie counting. You're not out there to calorie restrict and be mindful of what you're eating and eating smaller meals. It's more about balancing your blood sugar when it comes to PCOS, to assist, to make sure that if your insulin is sorted, your blood sugar is sorted, it's not leading this domino effect that is aggravating this and aggravating that and not making that happen. And yes. So the role of adrenal stress. So adrenals produce something called DHEA, which can convert into testosterone. Now, chronic stress, overtraining, lack of sleep, those types of things, okay, if you, I'm not going to say it. If you train really hard, if you train like crazy, I wanted to say what type of training, but I won't throw them under the bus because people love it. Anyway, overtraining, lack of sleep, adrenals pump out more DHA and testosterone. Why women with adrenal PCOS often look fit, but still have androgen symptoms like acne and irregular cycles. So that explains why. It's really where we started to learn that even though you look fit, you could still have PCOS. Because for a very long time, PCOS was linked to women who are overweight. And that's not necessarily the case. We're starting to learn and we're starting to understand better now that you can be super fit and healthy and still have PCOS. Yes. So cortisol steals progesterone. So the stress leads to androgen imbalance, which means there's basically a double whammy in the grand scope of things. Next up, my favorite part. Nutrition and lifestyle tools for calming androgens. So if you're looking for helpful tools to start getting that shit under control, here it is. To balance blood sugar, you're going to start first off with eating protein and fat at every single meal. That's really, really important. Protein and fat at every single meal. This is going to help balance your blood sugar. There are research papers on this. I will do my best effort to reference them down below. You guys can go check them out. If that's your jam, if that's not, I was talking to somebody the other day and I was saying, no, I read research papers to go to sleep, right? Oftentimes I'm there like reading a research paper, bedtime story. Those are my bedtime stories. So you want to avoid naked carbs. So don't just eat fruit alone or basically eat a carb alone, pair it up with something else. And then we want to reduce refined sugar and flour. So anything that is refined, and this goes a little bit further than just getting rid of packaged foods, because I'm big on that. I'm all about, oh my gosh, guys, I got such a fright. I thought I wasn't recording. I can see the timer. The timer's still moving. Sorry. So this goes beyond just not eating packaged foods. Try and avoid things like breads and pastas, and all the pastas from package, but so try your best to avoid your refined things. Your bread in a packet, bake it. If you really love your bread, bake it. If you don't have time to do that, find a good bakery and buy a good quality one. And I said reduce, not get rid of. Because I know some of you all like your bread. I like a good baked bread. Oh, good like San Francisco sourdough. Oh, guys. Anyway, supplements and food. What kind of supplements can you take that will help support calming your androgens? Spearmint tea. This is shown to lower testosterone. This is like a goal. I've got spearmint tea in my protocols, my hormone balancing protocols. That is what you drink. When you want to balance your hormones, you drink spearmint tea. Yes, I told you. Okay. Next up, we want to look at flax and pumpkin seeds. These are just absolutely phenomenal. They're 2 of the 4 seeds that are used for seed cycling. If you don't know what seed cycling is, go check this video out. I go down explaining it all for you guys. And then last is omega-3s. These are anti-inflammatory. Calms shit down. I swear by an omega-3 and a good quality omega-3. I do think that we should, especially women who are working on balancing their hormones, it doesn't always necessarily come down to just eating your omega-3s. It's getting extra in as well through a supplement. I don't do crazy supplements. I try to be very, very intentional, and I always like to suggest don't take a whole cabinet full of supplements. Try and get everything you need from your food first and then supplement thereafter. Next up is movement. What am I doing? How am I doing this? Movement. So things like strength and low to moderate cardio would be really, really good to help with lowering and keeping those androgens in check. And avoid chronic HIIT or overtraining. This spikes cortisol, which leads to more androgens. Don't be training crazy hard. Don't be running marathons. Don't be bench pressing 60 kgs. Don't go crazy with the weight training and with the HIIT and the high intensity stuff. Like, chill it the F out. If you're not too sure where to start, if you either haven't really been exercising, or you haven't really found what suits you, or maybe you love the HIIT and you want to kind of transition out of that, but you're not sure where to start, you can head over to my YouTube channel. I'll do some linking over here as well. I do drop free fitness classes on my YouTube channel bi-weekly, so you get a quick express fitness class. If you want something more in-depth and a little bit longer, something with a bit of a community vibe, something that is more coaching, like one-on-one, like I'm here with you doing the training, you can head over you can use the link down in the description box below. Go check out the memberships and come join me and some other amazing ladies for some online classes. They're a little bit longer. They're 45 minutes each instead of like the 15 to 30 minute YouTube ones. And it's a cute little community, and we're all there trying to do better and heal our hormones. It's not heal hormones, balance hormones, but you know what I mean. So you can check that out as well. Now, for stress regulation, which is super important in chilling out those androgens, breathing, yoga, and nervous system rituals. Breathing is probably the only thing that I usually suggest. This is not my forte. Nervous system is not my forte. I focus on other things. So if you're somebody who has some super awesome nervous system hacks, drop them in the comments down below. Share your wisdom with us all here in the comments. We super appreciate that. I usually just tell people to do the stretching, do the yoga, because that's my forte, and to breathe. Just to fucking breathe. If you're looking for like a no woo-woo breathing exercise, you can check my YouTube channel as well. I've dropped them weekly as well. It's basically me telling you, take a deep fucking breath in your nose and breathe the fuck out. It's basically that. It's not the Zen woo-woo cutesy breathing exercise. No, we just lay it straight. It's quick, it's express. We want to get the oxygen in and out and good to go. Yes. Cool. With that all said and done, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to go over. I'll just do a quick recap for you guys. Androgen overload equals more than just acne and hair. It's tied to blood sugar. It's tied to stress. It's tied to ovulation. It's incredibly important in like your cycle health and in overall. So it's not to say that if you've noticed these symptoms or that you're experiencing things, it's not to say that you're broken or that you're lazy or that these are all things that can be remedied with simple lifestyle changes. Change your diet, maybe add a supplement in, take up a Pilates class or a yoga class or a ballet class, whatever you feel like doing. Try something new, try something different. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it is possible to not experience awful cycles and to not experience the mood swings and the acne and the hair loss. It is completely possible and it's totally normal. It is actually expected to, as women, for us to feel calm, emotionally stable, for us to be intuitive, for us to be energized, for us to be excited, creative. Like, those things come out when we start looking after our bodies and listening to them and becoming in tune with them and supporting the natural cycle that we have. All of these amazing, beautiful tools and gifts that we have as women start shining through. And I would love to see more women tap into those things. And if that means we just need to drink a spearmint tea and eat our damn broccoli, then that is what I will force you to do. It's like memories, childhood memories coming back of eat all your veggies. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. If you like this video, you found it helpful, you learned something, please give it a share it with the bestie who needs to hear this as well. Drop your comments in the comment box below. Ask your questions, share your knowledge. If you know something, if there was something helpful that you have that I didn't mention in here, drop it down below. Love to share the information with each other. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of all these deep dives. I release them weekly. There's so much content that is dropping on my YouTube channel. And then check the description box below for all the extra goodies, the classes, the ebooks. There's a plethora of stuff for you to jump in on and join this amazing new healing movement or healing journey that you would like to go on. Awesome. With that said, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.